You've done everything right. You've read the books. Maybe you've even tried therapy. You know what anxious attachment is. You can spot a red flag a mile away, and still, you are ending up in the same relationship. Different person, same exact argument, same exact ending. And what you've never been told before is, it's not that you're picking the wrong person. It's what's inside of you that's doing the picking. You don't attract who you want. You attract exactly who you are. And before you click off, because I know what you're thinking, I've heard of this before, but here's what you haven't heard. Every piece of content out there is telling you that it's her fault. Her attachment style, her trauma, her red flags. As long as you keep on believing that, you will keep ending up in the same place. Because the constant in every single one of those situations was you. Not because you're broken though, but because there's something still living inside of you that you have never been shown how to face. Your subconscious has been choosing your partner, and you didn't even know it was happening. So let's start by understanding this. This is the take that nobody in this space will ever say, because realistically, it is bad for business. From the attachment style content, to the red flag checklist, to the toxic trait videos. They gave you a language to start diagnosing everyone around you, but while you're diagnosing them, you stop looking at yourself. That's not growth. That's outsourcing the problem. Every man watching this has a certain type. Now, I'm not talking physically, I'm talking emotionally. The same unavailability, the same chaos, the same ending. And it's easy for him to call it bad luck because the truth, which is he's the most common denominator, is difficult for him to face. The arguments follow the same script. The triggers are identical. It's the same film that keeps replaying over and over. And I'm here to tell you right now, no communication framework in the world is going to change a film that you have not acknowledged is playing. The fear of abandonment attracts people who will leave. The lack of self-respect attracts people who confirm it. Emotional instability attracts chaos, because when home starts to feel chaotic, that's exactly what it's going to be geared towards. And that chaos that is learned within that, despite it being with different faces, different women, different relationships, starts to feel like love. That is not a character flaw. Let's get that out the door. It's wiring. But here's what the self-help industry will not tell you, because let's face it, it's not going to help him sell the next course. The wiring within your subconscious is yours to change. It doesn't require therapy. It requires upfront honesty. Self-help that only points outwards is just self-avoidance with a better brand deal. Therefore, if the pattern is always the film and never the person, then that film has a specific origin, and that origin is still running in the background of every relationship you enter. And I'm telling you, until you locate it, nothing changes. Here's what I can tell you about trauma that I really want you to understand. It doesn't have to be one giant catastrophic moment. That's the version that's easy for yourself to dismiss immediately. It can be years upon years of feeling unseen, years of love being conditional. Hell, it can be years of unpredictability that taught your nervous system that this is what closeness looks like. Those emotions don't disappear when time passes. No. They go underground, deep into your nervous system. And in your relationships, everything becomes a trigger. And you don't even know why you're triggered. The man who explodes over small, minuscule things isn't overreacting to the present. No, the thing is, he's reacting to the things that happened years ago and he was never allowed to react to them. The man who goes cold and silent, he's not unbothered. He's been practicing that since he was old enough to use it. And what truly protected him at 9 is destroying his relationships at 29. The most dangerous belief that you can hold on to right now is that you're already past it, because the evidence isn't in what you think, it's in the pattern. And hell, you can lie to everyone else, from your mom, your family, your friends, your colleagues. Hell, you can even lie to me. But the pattern will expose its truth in the end. And it's too big to ignore. The man who thinks he's over it is usually the one who's most controlled by it. But here is where we get more specific, because it's not just about what happened to you, but it's the fact that you've designed your entire life specifically to making sure that you never have to feel this certain way again. Most men, realistically, are in constant motion. Phone in hand, music in ears, another video, another distraction, another night out. And it feels completely normal because hell, everyone else around them is doing the exact same thing. But strip all of that away, and then what's left? Usually it's something that they've spent years making sure that they never had to look at directly. And that something is running every relationship they're in. Silently, relentlessly, and nobody else knows that it's running, including themselves. Their internal world is where all of their patterns live. The unprocessed grief, the suppressed anger, the fear of being left. And most men have built a lifestyle, unconsciously, to making sure that they never have to go there. So they wonder, why is every relationship feeling so suffocating? Why do they keep choosing the same person? Why in the hell is intimacy feeling more like a threat than relief? The most dangerous version of a man isn't the one who's falling apart. Truly, it's the one who has absolutely no idea of what's driving him. Because at least the one who's falling apart knows that something is wrong. You can't fix what you won't face, and you can't face what you spent years building a life to avoid. And now that you can see all three, the pattern, the origin, the avoidance, here's the framework that addresses all three together. Not at the surface, at the root. 3 steps in that order. And I need you to understand why the order matters, because skipping to step 3 is exactly what most people would do. And that is exactly why nothing changes. Most relationship advice tells you what to say, what not to tolerate, how to set better boundaries. And none of that holds if you haven't addressed what's running underneath. Because you can learn every single tactic in the world, I don't care. But if your nervous system is still wired to the old pain, it will override every single one. Every time. So this framework starts where the problem actually starts. Not with her, not with how you communicate. Inside you. 3 steps. And the distance between you right now and step 1 is only 10 minutes. For me to further explain it, let's go into the Miro board. All right, brothers, now we're on the Miro board. I'm not gonna waste too much time because I want you to really get the full scope of what to do when trying to understand yourself. And we're gonna start with step number 1, but first, in reality, we gotta fill out the title. So I only got the 3-step inner reset. Now, this is something that is not overly complicated, but it does require you to be fully invested in making sure that you honor it yourself, okay? There's nobody else to honor it for you except you. So let's start with step number 1. And it's very simple. And like I said, it only takes 10 minutes. And it's simply this: establishing stillness. So the first step sounds too simple. I'm not going to blame you. But that is exactly why most men skip it, and exactly why most men stay stuck. Now bear with me as I explain. Here's the implementation, and pay attention to how simple it is, because you don't need too much. It is 10 to 15 minutes. Today, no phone, no music, no podcast. What I want you to do is go somewhere quiet and just observe what comes up within your mind. Look, don't solve it, don't analyze it, just notice it. That is the only step here for you. You are not meditating, you are not journaling, you are simply stopping. That's what stillness is, right? Because what surfaces in 10 minutes of real silence will tell you what's driving your relationships more than 5 therapy sessions ever could. And it's truly real until you try. Now, most men never actually meet themselves. It might sound crazy, but it's true. They know their opinions, they know what they like, but they have no idea what they actually feel or where it actually comes from. Now that's the problem. Did you form it from your childhood? Was it from your family, your friends, your colleagues, the people around you? Was it from your relationships? You don't really know if you can't answer that. This step has to come first, because you cannot revisit the root in step 2 without internal space to hold it. Now, silence is what's going to create that space for you. And then you go back, okay? This is literally the lowest bar of entry. I kid you not. You don't need no equipment. You don't need anything to get you to practice stillness. It is simply dedicating those 10 minutes, and it costs you nothing. It is completely free. If you can't do this, I'm telling you, nothing else in this framework is bound to help you or even fix your problems for you. You have to operate in stillness. And the reason why is that if you choose not to do it, you're just choosing the avoidance over your true self. And to elevate, we're gonna have to address that, man. So, let me fully break this down and what I've told you into a simple summarized sentence. So bear with me. Just notice. Actually, there we go. Okay. It's very simple. Let me zoom in and show you guys. All right. 10 to 15 minutes. No phone. Sit. Observe what surfaces. Don't solve. Just notice. Now, what I want you... Now, the man who cannot sit with himself for 10 minutes will keep filling that silence with people who make it louder. Therefore, once you have stillness, there's an actual internal space that you can fill. And step 2 requires you to use it. And this is the step where most men spend their entire adult lives avoiding. So to understand further, let's move on to step number 2. And I'm telling you, it can be something that may hurt, but it is what is necessary. Revisit the roots. Let it surface. All right? Now, once you have stillness, you go back. Not to blame anyone, not to relive the story. This is strictly for you to feel what you buried the first time. Now, listen to me, because this is what you've been emotionally avoiding, and I want to make this frank. So, think about the earliest time, the earliest moment you felt rejected, you felt abandoned, or that love was something that you had to earn rather than be unconditionally given. Before you continue, please don't narrate it. I want you to really feel where it lives in your body right now. It can be up here in your mind, in your chest, anywhere. The second you catch yourself trying to intellectualize, now that can be broken down as that was years ago, it wasn't that bad, or I've dealt with it. Recognize the vocabulary behind it, okay? Because that's not really growth, okay? What that is avoidance with just better ways of saying it, okay? You're not processing anything, man. You're defending the problem. Let it resurface, okay? Now, this is the second part. If you get angry, that's good. If you start crying, even better. For real. Look, that emotion has been waiting for years to finally have permission to exist. And the moment you give it that permission, something in your body actually shifts. Now, this is where you start to overcome, transcend. Here's what most people don't know and what therapy rarely explains about this. Emotions, when you actually give it the real space without being judged, without being suppressed, eventually will completely dissolve. You are not reliving the trauma. I'm telling you, brother, you are finally releasing the charge it still carries on you subconsciously. The strongest version of you is not the one who never feels it. It's the one who finally does. That is not weakness. That is exactly what the man you're trying to become actually does. Now, to summarize all this, let me write this down for you. It dissolves. Okay? Simple, all right? Find the root moment. Let the emotion surface. Don't intellectualize. Sit until it dissolves. The emotion you keep running from is the exact thing that has been following you into every relationship you have ever had. But trust me, most people stop right here. They feel it, they may cry, and they put it back down and wonder why the pattern comes back. Now, this is where step 3 actually creates the transformation you've been seeking. And trust me, it's going to be the most counterintuitive thing that I'm ever going to say within this video. So to understand step number 3, let's go ahead and write it out. Narrative. Right. Step number 3, and the absolute final one, is rewrite the subconscious narrative. Now, this next part is going to sound wrong, so I really need you to stay with me, okay? First, you need to reach neutrality. That means that the memory no longer spikes you upon contact. It doesn't make you angry, it doesn't make you defensive, or it doesn't make you hollow the moment it enters your mind. It just simply exists. That neutral state, that neutral place, is a signal that you are actually ready. From that neutral place, find the single smallest grain of positive meaning that you can instill from that moment. Not to justify it, don't get it twisted, don't get it wrong. Not to excuse anyone, like I'm saying, don't get it twisted. But because your subconscious does not care how long ago something happened, it will keep replaying that same film over and over until you change what that moment means to you. Now, if your story stays loaded with the same pain and powerlessness that you've been carrying for years, your subconscious will keep recruiting the same people to keep that going. It will keep replaying the same shit within your life, not to punish you, because it thinks it's protecting you by making the situation familiar. Now, you gotta understand that it's not moral, it's mechanical. And that mechanism that activates is the one that you will have to become aware of. Maybe the person who left you showed you exactly the kind of man that you never want to be. Maybe that relationship ending stripped away a version of you that was never actually yours to begin with. The situation itself doesn't change. What changes is the charge and the meaning you carry behind that situation. Don't get this misconstrued, because You probably already thought about this already. This is not toxic positivity. This is not, oh, well, everything happens for a reason. No, this is not it. This is literally neurological. You are changing the way your brain fires when it signals that memory. Now, understand this. When that signal changes, what you pull into your life changes with it. Now, to summarize all of this within the one sentence and end off this framework, let me write it out. Recruiting. All right, coolio. Reach neutrality. Find one grain of meaning, not to justify, to change what your subconscious keeps recruiting. Now, here you go, guys. This is the full framework for you to view, okay? Stillness, root, rewrite. That's the sequence. Not a quick fix, a process that changes the operating system. Now, understand this. Most men try to fix the relationships around them without ever fixing the relationship with themselves. And that's exactly why nothing changes. So, despite me giving you the information now for the framework, we're still not done yet, because you're gonna have to understand this next part before you fully transform. Now, that inner work is the foundation, but there's a second layer. Because I just dropped a brand new framework that nobody in this space is talking about yet, specifically around the mechanics of relationships, not the inner work, the actual structure, how to build one, how to show up in one, and more importantly, how to know whether what you're currently in is actually serving your growth or is just the old pattern with a different face. The link is below. If this video landed, then that framework is exactly where you need to go next. The inner work changes who you are. The framework changes how you move. You need both. So now you have the map, stillness to finally meet yourself, the root to understand what's been driving you, the rewrite to change what you keep attracting. And the next thing is one thing. Just one. Do step one. Today, not tomorrow, not next week. I'm talking today, right now. The implementation is simple. 10 minutes, no phone. Sit, observe what comes up. Literally, that's it. That's the only thing I ask. The barrier is literally zero. Look, I'm not asking you to do too much. Now, if you can't follow through, it's not because that you actually can't. It's because some part of you deep down is still choosing the avoidance over yourself. Here's the line that I actually want you to fully instill within your mind right now. The man who cannot give himself 10 minutes will keep giving women years of chaos. Those are literally the only two options. Choose one. The inner work is literally only half the equation. Because cool, okay, you can shift everything subconsciously, but yet you can still walk into the world without self-respect, without standards, showing up small and handing over your power whenever somebody asks for it. That subconscious shift changes what you attract. But the thing is, the conscious behavior has to match it. Otherwise, you completely rebuilt the engine, but the tires are still completely flat. That's no bueno. Knowing the process changes nothing. Actually doing it changes everything. That's why the next video you need to watch is actually one of my older ones. Nice Guy Syndrome is keeping you last in every area of life. Because this video opens the question that video answers. Once you've done the inner work, how do you actually move as the man who respects himself? How do you hold standards when everything in you was trained to shrink, accommodate, make everyone else comfortable except yourself? The link is below. Because here's the truth that nobody in this space will ever really tell you. The problem isn't that you keep attracting the wrong people. The problem is somewhere down the line, you became the type of man who fully expects them.